Hey, what's up guys, Adam here, and for a long time Nintendo dominated the portable gaming market. Now Nintendo weren't the very first company to go ahead and release what was called the first handheld gaming console. It was actually a company called Microvision, and they actually released something called the Blockbuster in 1979, but Nintendo actually paved the way for what was going to be seen as the modern portable console in 1989, and that was the Game Boy. And then following that success of the Game Boy, Nintendo then released the Game Boy Color in 1998, and then turn of the century brought around the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Micro, and the Game Boy SP. And probably the most top-selling games for the Game Boy had to have been Zelda, Mario, and of course the all-famous Pokemon with its various iterations. So in 2005, Nintendo ran into some major competition from Sony, who came out with the PlayStation Portable, and this was a revolutionary device that's set to be the king of portable gaming, and for good reason as well. First off, one of the most obvious features was that it was able to play a universal media disc for its games and files, as opposed to the traditional cartridge from Nintendo and other game console manufacturers. And this was a complete multimedia device. Not only did it play high-res games at the time, but you could also play MP3 files, MP4 files, so that's your music and your videos, and it could also be used as a photo viewer as well. And I mean, the thing had Wi-Fi, so you could also browse the internet as well. So this was a complete multimedia device, revolutionary, never had been seen before, as until now from Sony. So that is pretty much, they pretty much gave Nintendo a run for their money when it came to the portable game console industry at that point. So Nintendo was still making portable game consoles at this point. I mean, they came out with now the Nintendo DS and the DS Lite, which is two touchscreen devices, and then side by side along with those devices from Nintendo, Sony again kicked off with a new iteration of their predecessor, the PlayStation Portable, and they called it the PlayStation Portable Slim and Light, or the PSP Slim and Light, which is basically a slimmer and lighter version of the original PSP, and it also had a bigger battery as well, and it also had a bit longer battery life, and that was pretty much how they tried to upgrade the whole design of the current PlayStation Portable. And then Sony yet came out in 2008 with another version of the PSP, the PSP 3000, or the PSP Slim, Light and Bright. This is pretty much a slightly redesigned version of the PSP Slim and Light, but it also had a brighter screen, a built-in microphone, and a composite and component out, so you can go ahead and view it on your TV. So that was two additional features that we actually brought out on the PSP in between 2007 and 2008. So between 2008 and 2010, both Sony and Nintendo went ahead and released a new console. Now Sony went ahead and released the PSP Go, and sales did not do too well, mainly for two reasons. There are various reasons, but I actually boiled it down to two main reasons. The first of which is the fact that it was not able to play any form of universal media disc. It was one complete device, so you could not actually go ahead and purchase games. All games had to be downloaded from the PlayStation Store. A lot of people did not like the idea, and a lot of the games tended to crash or just not download at all. Now Nintendo did a bit better with the Nintendo 3DS, but again sales weren't as good as they could have been, and that was mainly down to both Sony and Nintendo facing competition from other manufacturers. Now at the time, Apple had already released their iPhone and iPod Touch and were working on the design for what was going to be released as the iPad, and other manufacturers that were also developing tablets and smartphones again were both giving Sony and Nintendo a run for their money in terms of it being a multimedia device. Now the whole idea of multimedia device started to really up its game when 2010 came around, because a lot of the times now people wanted to have one all-rounded device. So they want to have their phone, they want to have their games device, they want to have their music player all in one package, and that's where smartphones really started to, kick up and really get off up until from 2010. And actually gaming on now phones were really starting to pick up at that time. Now in the past, like in 2005 and 2006, when PSP and the Nintendo DS were really ruling the roost, games on phones were just like pretty much your standard 2D games like Snake and Pac-Man, but now they were at this point really starting to become a lot more graphically intense, and that was really starting to hit hard on Nintendo and Sony. So both Sony and Nintendo tried to bounce back into the game. Now, I mean, Sony went ahead and released the PS Vita, and Nintendo went ahead and released the Wii U with the handheld console, but again sales just haven't really been as good as they used to be. Now I watched E3, I watched the Sony E3 press conference. I didn't really hear a lot about what what was going to be released in terms of the PS Vita, most of the attention was actually drawn on the PS4. So I'm kind of thinking at this stage now, are we starting to see a major decline, especially on Sony's side, in portable gaming? So what do you guys think? Do you think this is going to be the end of portable gaming as we know it, or do you think there's going to be any new releases of any portable games consoles? Leave your comment down below, and be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you actually enjoyed it. Anyway guys, it's been Adam here, thank you for watching, take care, and of course I'll see you guys in the next tech video. Bye for now.